Today on the podcast, we are talking more NFL football, NFL preview for the upcoming season. And yeah, I know it's not Wednesday morning, it's Thursday morning, and that's okay. It's another special Friend of Mine Inc. podcast coming your way. Are you ready? Because we are. Let's go. Friend of Mine Inc. podcast starts right about now.
It's a frame of mind. The way that you think, the things that you say, shape it all. It's a frame of mind. Ways to improve the things that you do overall. It's a frame of mind. It's what you say and what you do.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friend of Mine Inc. podcast. This is your boy Simbawi Nibai Jr., aka TK, along with my man Omar Williams, to call him O. Say what's up to the peeps.
What's up, good people?
It is another, no, it's a lovely Thursday morning. Lovely Thursday morning. Because we got NFL football to talk about. Part two. Denise over, she's got off today, so it's all good. Just me and O today. And we're going to jump right in like we normally do. But, it is a Thursday morning. It's not Affirmation Wednesday, but it is Affirmation Thursday. So we'll get these in and out the way and jump right into the topic. Let's get our day going with our affirmations for today. Are you ready? Here we go. Today will be a good day. Today will be a great day. Today will be an awesome day. Today will be an amazing day. Today will be a phenomenal day. Today will be stress-free. Today will be a stress-less day. Today, I will overcome all barriers that want to block my progress. Today, all circumstances will work in my favor. Today, all things will work and line up for my good. I am a go-getter. I am victorious. I am triumphant. I am an overcomer. I never lose. I either win or I learn. I take authority over this day. I will dominate this day. I will conquer this day. And everything I have spoken into this day will happen as I have affirmed, because I am more than a conqueror. Let's get it started. So, NFL season is back. And tonight, we have a rematch of the AFC Championship game between the Ravens and the Chiefs. We're going to start right there first. So, everyone's been talking about how this is a AFC Championship preview.
Mm-hmm.
Now, y'all know how I feel about this. I feel as though the AFC preview will be the week when the Bengals and Chiefs play. I feel the AFC preview is going to be that week. But we're going to rock out to what everybody's talking about, because that's what everybody's talking about. So we're going to rock out to that. So I predict that the Ravens will win this game. And I say this because this is what the Ravens do. They do great. Let me back up. It's what Lamar Jackson does, okay? Lamar Jackson will be 12-4 in the season. 12-4, 10-6, 11-5. Now we're at 17 games. So he'll be what? He'll be 12-6 or whatever it is. 12-7. He'll be whatever the statistics are. So a winning record with much less games lost, right? And so in the game, in the regular season, he'll do great. Playoff time comes, different story. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, losing the first game of the season isn't the biggest deal to them. All right? We'll make it a big deal. Won't be a big deal to them. If the Ravens lose this game, it'll be a big deal to us. It won't be as big a deal to the Ravens, but it will be, because they lost Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, right? So I predict that the Ravens will win this game simply off the fact that it's a regular season game. You're still kind of filling things out. And the Chiefs, I don't know, they may not come out guns a-blazing first game of the season. That's just my prediction. I could be totally wrong. That's what I think. All right. Oh, what are your thoughts on tonight's game between the Ravens and the Chiefs?
So I kind of got led. They led the witness a little bit. Last night I was watching the game, the last year's AFC Championship game,
Okay.
and so I'm now looking at that tape, going, they can't block Lamar Jackson. Like, I mean, they can't block for him. Like, they were
Okay.
hitting him every play,
Mhm.
every single play. Now I will say this: the game came down to Kelsey and Mahomes making some great magical plays.
Mm.
So the Ravens were in it, but they couldn't protect Lamar Jackson. So again, I just freshly saw that game the other night, and just looking at it, man, I got to take the Chiefs. I think that Lamar Jackson is great during the regular season, but if they didn't secure his line, if they didn't get him a running game that he can rely on, and we know he can get the ball out of his hands, we know he can run around and make big plays, but like, if they can't protect him, if he's running for his life again, like he was in that AFC Championship game,
Mhm.
I'll go KC. I'll even give you a score. Let me say
Oh man, it was a score too. Oh man.
it'll be 24-14 Chiefs.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if they can't protect him, looks like Mahomes is on his way. But like you said, you made a great point. Doing the first game doesn't matter to them guys. They just want to get in and get to the dance so they can start, showing them who's boss in the playoff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now I will say this: you made the point that Jackson may have to run for his life if they didn't fix the offensive line, right?
Yeah.
He's got Derrick Henry. He's
Well,
got
there you
Derrick
have
Henry.
it. There you have it. There you
So
have it.
now that cuts down on him having to run as much.
There you have it. That's a good pickup.
But the question is, can the offensive line make holes for Derrick Henry to run through?
Right.
Because Derrick Henry, he can run in the middle and the outside. But understand too, when Henry gets going, he is hard to bring down.
Hard to bring down. Yep.
So the question is, can KC's defense keep Derrick Henry at bay from a
Right.
running standpoint? Because here's my thing. I will make Lamar Jackson beat me with his arm.
Yes.
But running, nah, I'm not going to do that. So listen, I'm not an NFL coach. I've never coached football. I've played it, never coached it. I would look to contain Lamar and make him throw the ball. Don't give him any gaps. Don't blitz him. Just make him throw it. You know what I mean? The thing is, can you keep Derrick Henry under control in the running game? Because if that's a problem, that now opens up the passing game. But then it's like, okay, Lamar, can you be accurate and throw the ball to the receivers who are now open? You know what I mean? So I think from a health standpoint, or him getting hit a lot, I think Derrick Henry takes that pressure off of him because now he ain't got to run as much. Just hand the ball to Derrick Henry and get out the way. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I say it's that simple, meaning like, hey, I don't have to run as much. I got Derrick Henry, who's a workhorse, who's going to do the running for me. From the Chiefs' standpoint, their defense is definitely credible. The defense is one thing that they actually built up over the past few years that I believe has now surpassed the offense, in my
Yes.
opinion.
Yes.
So, but I do know if you take, Smith out of that equation, the defense is significantly different without him being in there. So it's going to be an interesting game. I think,
Mhm.
again, I mean, listen, I'll give you a score. I'll say 2017.
Okay.
Ravens. I'll
Ravens.
say that.
Okay.
I'll say that. I don't see this being a shootout. It'd be
Mhm.
nice if it was, but I don't see it being a shootout. I just see it being. Now, here's the thing. I will say this. If Mahomes has the ball last, that's going to be a problem.
Yes.
So the Ravens need to make sure that they don't give Mahomes any time if they're down an opportunity to score a touchdown or a field goal to tie the game if the score is 2017 or if a field goal wins the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Those two things there. So tonight's game, I believe I can't remember what time it is. If it just help me out there, oh. I don't know if it's a 7 o'clock or 7:30.
I think it's a 7 game. It's a 7. I think it's a 7 o'clock game.
7 o'clock game. All right.
I think so. Yeah.
Tonight, Thursday night football, Chiefs, Ravens, tuned in. Ogle give us the 411 on the actual information. So
I'm gonna try to. Yeah, keep talking while I try
check
to.
that out. While he's doing that, I want to jump to tomorrow night's game, which is the Eagles and the Packers. And I believe this is in Brazil.
Yes, sir.
Brazil. And O put me up on something that I wasn't aware of, and I'll let him talk about that in a minute. But let's go through just who we think, how the game's going to go, who the winner is going to be. I believe the Eagles will come out on top. I believe they'll win this game. Now, I may have to change my mind based off what O's going to put up to us in a few minutes, so I have to see. But I believe the Eagles are going to win this game. I believe the Eagles, on paper, are the best team in the league. They have the full package to win games and even get to the Super Bowl. There is one thing that's in their way. And you may not like this, but there's one thing in their way. It is their head coach.
Wow.
The head coach is in the way. So here's the thing. He lost two of his offensive, minded coaches who went on to become coaches elsewhere, right? And then we saw a team drop 5 of their last 6 in the last season before playoff time, which you started out 11-1. You were well on your way. And the wheels literally fell off. And you were on metal on tar down the road. Not sure what happened. So now you've got Saquon Barkley, you got Jalen Hurts, you got A.J. Brown, everybody else they bought in. The defense is legit. What are you going to do? Now, again, I give you the Packers because, listen, the Packers last year, great run for Jordan Love and the Packers. Nothing against them. I think that Jordan Love, now that we got videotape on him, teams can prepare for him better. So if he doesn't make any adjustments, that's going to possibly be a long season for him. But I believe the Eagles can win this game. I think the game, it's possible. It's possible this could be a blowout.
Yes, I agree.
It's possible this could be like a 40-14 game.
I agree.
But O dropped some knowledge on me earlier, and I'm going to let him talk about that because I didn't know this. So, what's the deal with the Eagles and Packers in Brazil?
So let me just get before I get into what the deal with the problem that some of the players had for the Eagles about the game. I believe that this is a coming out party for Love. Okay, I believe he's going to make his mark on the league this year, right? But he still needs a few missing pieces. To answer your question about the coaching thing, I agree with you there. But the thing is, they brought in 2 veteran coordinators who are borderline like coaches. You got a guy named Kellen Moore, who's had he had a number one offense before. He's the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
He was at Dallas, and you got that old school guy named Vic Fangio. So like Vic Fangio, his defense, people like copy that style and created their own thing from what he's created. So what Howie Roseman did, he brought in 2 head coaches to pretty much say, we just need Nick Sirianni as the face. Kind of like he had it the year they went to the Super Bowl. You may not remember, but we had 2 good coordinators who end up going and getting jobs. One went in the Colts, other one went to Arizona, right?
Right.
So that's the answer to that. But the only concern about this game is C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay stressed concerns of saying, I don't understand why the NFL has us playing in an area where there's high-end crime. If you want to protect your players, why are you sending us to Brazil to play? Made a good point. A lot of the guys, so it's mainly those, it's Darius Slay and C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Slay is talking the most. He's just like, he's not bringing his family. He's not, you know what I mean? They're just concerned about playing in Brazil. You know what I'm saying? It's far away. It's really not that big of a football country. And then on top of that, they're saying they're keeping he said they're keeping us inside the hotel. We can't do anything. Like, it's almost like you got us going into a war zone. For what reason? It really don't, for the first game of the season. And I get it. They're trying to expand. But I do know this. If their minds aren't there, you can slip up and mess up and lose the first game just because you're not,
Yeah.
like I feel like the Packers are going to want to be ready to play because it's the Eagles.
Mm.
It's like let's knock out one of these top dogs.
Yeah.
Let's get that out the way. I don't care if we're in Brazil. The Eagles, they might go, we're supposed to win, but we really don't want to be here. You get to not feeling like going, and then all of a sudden, you mess around and take that first L of the season in Brazil. You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That right there could be enough for me to change my mind about who's going to win now. Because if the Eagles show up, I still think it could be a blowout. If they don't, then now you got a dogfight, and that may not be the best bet for the Eagles because while the Eagles can play in a dogfight, if you're not all the way there, you may decide, you know what, this may not necessarily, I just want to get up out of here. You know what I mean? I was not aware that where they were going was considered to be a high crime area, which I guess you would think that there's going to be, well, I can't even say enough security because among the thousands of people who are probably going to be there, you can't have enough security because it's a lot of people. But they're going to have enough there to hopefully help them feel safe. But that makes me raise questions as to, okay, why are we playing here in Brazil? Why aren't we playing somewhere else that's a little safer? And maybe that's the only place they can play. Or the NFL is saying this might be the only chance that this group of people will get to see an NFL game. Let's play here. Like I don't know what the mindset is. I'm kind of guessing right now. But makes a great point. I think that you're looking at something that's going to be a factor for the Eagles to go out here and win a game. And I agree with the player who said he's not going to bring his family. I wouldn't bring mine either. I would love to, but because that would play a factor in my game of me being concerned for their safety, I'd rather just not bring them. And so I totally agree with that. I'm not opposed to that at all. Again, if it's a blowout, I gave you my score 40-14 Eagles. That may be putting the Packers in a pretty small box, but again, I could be wrong. But I see if the Eagles come and show up, it could be a blowout. I hope it's not. I hope it's a really good game people want to see, being that's over in Brazil. But that's how I see it. Well, what do you see? Oh, I mean, just with everything we just talked about, what do you
I
see?
think so. This is what I think. I think it's going to be a blowout too. I think the guys show up. I think the Packers score more points, but I believe that our firepower on offense is just going to be too much. So the Packers may put up 20, 24, and then I think we score. So I'll say 30, 35-21.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
35-21.
not as big as a blowout, but still
Yeah.
two touchdown
Two
score.
touchdowns, a couple field goals.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can go with that.
We go with that.
I'm interested in seeing how Jordan Love's going to do this year because,
Yeah.
again, teams have film on him now. So now you can prepare for him more. So I'm interested in seeing how he has adjusted and how his game has evolved from last year, being what he was. So that's something I'm going to look forward to as well. So then we have, the Bengals and Patriots. And I'm a Bengals fan, so we got to talk about that, right? So, listen, I'm of the mindset that that's a game that we should win, hands down. Now, again, we got Joe Burrow back. Joe Burrow's got this new look now that he's got, which just looks like Vanilla Ice and Eminem. Like, I don't know what he was trying to do. But I guess I don't know. He had said that he was sitting around bored and decided he wanted the new look. Okay, do your thing. As long as you keep balling, now don't come out looking crazy. But as long as you keep balling, man, like, hey, going through your early NFL career, whatever you're dealing with, make it do what it do. But again, he's not, coming out there with like pink hair or nothing like that. Like, listen, I'm not knocking that. Just that there's some things people do, you kind of like, why would you do that? What made you do that? What's going on? Are you okay? Is everything all right? So I think that the Bengals will win this game. I predict a 27-10 Bengals win. Jamar Chase is looking like he's going to play this game. He was practicing on yesterday with the Bengals, and so with that being said, actually, you know what? Before we even get to that, what do you think of the Bengals Patriots? Like, what's your prediction? What do you see? What do you think?
I think you better sign your guy. That's the first things first, right?
Yeah.
If you sign your guy, blowout. You don't sign your guy, a less of a blowout. I think you blow out. I think you blow them guys out regardless. The Patriots are starting over, new coach, new. It just they're not the Patriots of old, right? So
no.
I just think that you guys are going to. You guys are one of the favorite to win in the AFC. Jamar Chase or not, I think you take that game clearly.
Now, the one thing I will say, this is a game that we don't want to sleep on, because you can come in here and sleep, and next thing you know, you lose this game. And listen, the Bengals' new mindset is not the Bengals of old, where like everything was about, oh my gosh, we lost the game, all this happened, and you got all this drama. The mindset of the Bengals now is like, all right, we lost. Okay, let's regroup and get it back together next game. So I'm not worried about that. I don't want us to lose because we should clearly beat this team. Again, it's the NFL. Anybody can lose any given Sunday, right? But there are just some games that's like, you should not lose this game, period. If that happens, the Bengals, since they have acquired Joe Burrow and have acquired the new coach, Zach Taylor, and these guys, the mindset has been different. We lost the game. Okay, we'll regroup. There's no panic. There's no, oh my gosh, we got to change things. No, we just got to do better. Last year and the year before, they started out 0-2, 0-3. Things came along, right? Same thing last year, started out 0-3, won 5 straight. Burrow gets hurt. That's the difference maker, right? We were on a roll. We were coming. And everybody saw it. Burrow got hurt. It changed things up. I will say this, though. They do have a decent backup quarterback, so if Burrow does go down, he's not Burrow, but he can keep them in it enough to make them formidable. But we need Burrow to be healthy all year long, because out of his 4 seasons, the 2 that he's played and been healthy all year long, Super Bowl, AFC title. I'm just saying, like, truth's the truth. So that's why I say the Bengals and KC, that is the AFC Championship
That's
preview.
the preview. That's
right
the
there.
preview.
That's the game everybody's going to want to see, because right now, Burrow is the only quarterback in the league that has beaten Patrick Mahomes more times than Patrick Mahomes has beaten him. Not to mention, he's beaten Patrick Mahomes in his house twice. And the second time he did it was when they went to the Super Bowl. So I'm just saying, he's done it. So, moving on. Before we do, take the quick break. We'll come back. We're going to talk wide receivers, because some of them got paid and got paid really well. And we're going to talk about that. And then we'll kind of end on a high note going into the NFL season. So, Frame of Mind Podcast. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere. Are you looking for an apparel company that's positive, uplifting, and truly cares about you? Then look no further. Frame of Mind Inc., an apparel brand company, impresses on individuals to think positive thoughts, say positive things, and do positive deeds. Get positive apparel such as t-shirts, hoodies, and wristbands for children, teens, and adults in various colors and sizes. Customized services include logo and t-shirt design, screen printing for individuals, families, schools, profit, and nonprofit organizations. You can reach Frame of Mind Inc. at 302-689-3499 or visit their website at www.frameofmindinc.com. Frame of Mind Inc. Think it, speak it, achieve it.
It's a frame of mind.
All right, welcome back. Before we left, we were talking about tonight's game, Chiefs-Ravens, tomorrow night's game, Eagles-Packers in Brazil. Bengals and Patriots on Sunday, just because they're my team, right? And then kind of segued into more of a wide receiver thing. So wide receivers got paid this season. And some of them waited, well, should I say most of them actually waited to get paid. And one in particular is still waiting, and that would be Jamar Chase. Before we get to him, let's talk about who did get paid and what all happened. So what we had CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, Brandon Ayuk, Jamar Chase,
Broncos,
guy from the Broncos, who
Yeah.
all were looking to get paid.
Sutton.
And Sutton, right.
Yeah, Sutton. Yep.
And if I'm not mistaken, the first guy that got paid, I believe, was Justin Jefferson. Am I correct? I
Yes,
believe
you're
that was
correct. Yep.
So
he
Jefferson
started
got
it all.
paid. He started it all.
Yep.
And so that's where the market got set. Justin
There you
Jefferson
go.
set the
Yep.
market. The first guy that gets paid
Yep.
is the guy that sets the market.
Yep.
And Omar said, he said, look, but the last guy that gets paid
Usually gets the most.
normally gets paid the most.
Yes.
So I'm looking at Chase and I'm like, oh, you about to get paid, brother.
He about to get
'Cause
paid.
you the
Yep.
last one to get it. So let's talk wide receivers. So I have a list in front of me, that gives me us the top salary rankings for wide receivers right now.
Okay.
So we got Justin Jefferson, $35 million, 4 years, $140 million. CeeDee Lamb, $34 million, 4 years, $136 million. All right. AJ Brown, $32 million, 3 years, $96 million. All right. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Detroit Lions, $30 million, 4 years, $120 million. Then you got Brandon Ayuk and Tyreek Hill, $30 million, 4 years, $120 million. I'm gonna just give you the top 10, and that's it.
It's fine.
Jalen Waddle, $28 million, 3 years, $84 million. Devontae Adams, $28 million, 5 years, $140 million. Compared to everybody else, that seems like he kind of got a little robbed there, but okay, whatever.
Yeah, he got
So
he's older. I don't know.
he should
Yeah,
never left for Aaron Rodgers either. I'm just saying. So
at all. At all.
DJ Moore, Chicago Bears, $27.5 million, 4 years, $110 million. And then Cooper Kupp, $26 million, 3 years, $80 million. The list goes all the way down to 32. I'm gonna give you guys top 10, and that's it. Out of those top 10 and the rest of that list, there was one receiver has yet to get paid, and that is Jamar Chase. Now, going through those guys that got paid this past summer or whatever, Jefferson, Ayuk, who got paid recently, CeeDee Lamb, who waited forever to get paid, and then we're talking about Jamar Chase. So, out of those four, who do you say is the number one wide receiver in the NFL right now, today?
Including out of those four, right? Including your guy?
Including Jamar Chase. Let's just say out of those five, who is the number one wide receiver in the NFL right now?
I'll say Justin Jefferson.
Okay. Why?
Me personally. I just think he's unstoppable. Like, he's hard to stop. Like, I think you can give him, like, some of them guys need quarterbacks. I think a mediocre quarterback, he'll still get the same production. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion.
Got you.
I like Chase, though. I do.
Yeah.
I like Chase a lot. I think Chase is a close second. I do. I like Chase. I think the least. I know it's not a least question, but I don't like CeeDee Lamb that good. I'm not a fan. Maybe because he's a Cowboy. That might be it, but it might be. Yeah,
I guess so. Listen, I'm Chase all day long, and I believe if you want a deep threat, give me Jamar Chase.
Okay.
Give me Jamar Chase. And listen, you can say Tyreek Hill too, but my thing is too is that give me Jamar Chase all day if you want a deep threat. You want third down and 7, give me Jamar Chase. But if I said the number one wide receiver out of those 5, I hate to say it.
Who you like?
I think it's CeeDee Lamb.
You think it's CeeDee Lamb?
I think it's CeeDee Lamb. And I say that because let's look at his numbers since he's been in Dallas. Now, I don't have them in front of me. I know the numbers are fairly high. I don't have them in front of me. But looking at his numbers, look who's throwing to him.
I got you.
Dak Prescott
I got you.
is great during the season. Playoff time comes, there's a significant drop off.
Mm-hmm.
CeeDee Lamb's playoff numbers significantly drop off than when they're doing the season.
Right.
If you put CeeDee Lamb in any other team that has a good quarterback, not great, good quarterback, I think he still gets his numbers. Maybe not as high, but he still gets his numbers.
Okay.
And I've seen, the route running, the catching. I've seen it. Now, don't get me wrong. Jefferson is a bad dude too.
Yeah, I think he does it all.
It's almost like 1-2 or however you want to say it. And then you have Chase in that conversation too, right? I think they all do one thing better than the other to make them a number one, right?
Okay.
But I look at CeeDee Lamb and I'm like, if CeeDee had consistency in the regular season and the playoffs, that's a dangerous dude, in my opinion. Now, I can't sit here and say, oh, well, his route running is on point. Oh, man, he catches the ball anywhere. Like, all of them are great route runners. They catch the ball almost anywhere. You can throw it to them and say, hey, just go get it. And I'm going to give my guy a chance. But if I take my guy out of it, which I am, I think CeeDee is the best wide receiver right now in the NFL. That's not saying you're wrong. That's just my opinion.
No, your opinion.
You know what I mean? So, as of right now, any team would take those 5 guys right now.
Yes.
Right now. They were on the market today. They would have every team coming after them.
Yes.
No matter what. So, I think it's not a hard question to ask. It's just, hey, like, why do you think this guy's number one? You know? So, getting back to Ja'Marr Chase now. Now, one thing I said on our last show is that Ja'Marr Chase has done the one thing other guys haven't, and that's be in practice. Maybe not practice, but actually being there and helping the guys who are new get acclimated to the team, giving them pointers, telling them how to do, what not to do. He might have practiced a time or here or there, or should I say been to OTAs or whatever. But when it came time for contract negotiations, he's there, but he's not practicing.
Right.
He also is at the scrimmages and he's coaching the guys up. So I'm like, okay, he's in. He's just like, hey, man, like, I want to get paid like I should. But I'm here. Like, I'm not going nowhere. So I give him props for that. And personally, as a fan, I'm not worried that he's going anywhere or that there's tension or something going on. I just know if you're in the facility and you're helping and you're there, you're in. It's just, hey, there's a procedure I need to follow in order for me to get the money that I believe I deserve. So I get that. But now, as you said, normally the last guy to get paid
It's the most
is
money.
the guy that gets paid the most.
That's why he's holding.
Justin Jefferson's making $140 million over 4 years. He's making $35 million, I believe it was. $35 million over the next, $35 million a year on his contract. So right there, Justin Jefferson, $35 million, 4 years, $140 million. So you're telling me that Ja'Marr Chase has the capability of getting maybe $36 million.
Yeah.
And maybe 142.
Yeah, it'll
over
be
4
something done.
years.
It'll be. They don't care if it's $1 as long as you can have that title.
It could be $1 as
They
long
want
as
the
I
title.
got top dog.
Yes,
Exactly.
they want the
Exactly.
title. I'm the most I'm the highest paid receiver in the league, which goes hand in hand with thinking you're the best. You know what I'm saying?
That begs to say, this is why I'm like, who do you think is the best? I'm like, okay. So is that saying that Ja'Marr Chase says, hey, I'm the best in the league. I got paid the most. You didn't. Is that the mindset you think he's kind of at right now?
I think he's probably, again, like I said, we don't have the numbers, but I will venture to say his numbers, he's probably going to the table saying, look, Justin, the highest paid right now, the highest paid so far is who? CeeDee Lamb?
No, Justin Jefferson.
Is Jefferson? Okay. probably going to the table saying, "Look, his numbers don't kill me. I'm actually better than him. I got more of this. I got this, right? And if I'll make more of an like. He's probably going to the table with that, and he's like, you got to at least give me. You got to give me more than him. It just like just for example, right? Think about you named the top 10 wideouts, right?
Right.
The market in a matter of a couple years jumped up 40 million.
Yeah.
Or no, 60, because Cooper Kupp and them guys had $80 million deals at $26 million a year. And I don't know if you I got the numbers in your face, but now the guys are getting 140, 130 with 30-something million. So like
Cooper Kupp right now at number 10, 26.7 million, 3 years, 80 million.
That was the old that was the old standard. Within a matter of a couple years, the new standard is now 140, 30-something million.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Like I said, we'll see how this goes. I think he deserves it. He just get that man $1 above it so he can get back on the field. But he probably wants more. He probably wants more on the. I don't even know. Do you even know what he's sitting fighting for? What's his actual?
I don't.
Okay.
It's never really been discussed what he's fighting for.
Okay.
But here's my other thing too. Before we get into this other segment here, is that you got T. Higgins, who was also fighting to get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't necessarily get what he wanted or asked for. Came back and came back in his playing. Now you got Chase. So the question now is, you get Chase his money.
Can't pay.
You got T. Higgins. It's like, do you keep T. Higgins going into next season?
Can't pay.
Because you drafted a couple guys at wide receiver. Right. You also got rid of Joe Mixon. So you have a decent running back. I'm not sure how good he actually really is. He is decent. But it almost feels like you're relying on the passing game a lot this year, which to me, the offensive line looks great. But again, you're asking Joe Burrow to do it all, unless your running back all of a sudden just bursts out and becomes something great, right? So that's a question. Do you keep T. Higgins after this year? I almost feel like he wants to leave after this year.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Get paid.
To get paid.
Yeah,
and I mean, I get that. I understand that. But the interesting thing is, you said that right now Chase wants to get more money than Jefferson. Right?
Jefferson, yeah.
Do you remember that commercial that him and Jefferson had? They were talking about, it was about the mattress. Oh my gosh, the one that I think it was the purple mattress, I believe.
Was it the purple mattress?
The purple mattress, or it was the Sleep Number, one or the other.
Okay.
And they kept saying "Hey, I'm better than you." No, I'm better than you. And I'm like, that commercial. That's where it started saying something. It might be saying something.
That's where it started. Yeah.
And so I'm like, you know what? I'm like, I think that this is a feud to be like, hey, I get paid more than you. That means I'm number one.
And two, I'll give you another little quirk. They both went to LSU.
They did.
So that's a competition there.
They did. It's all coming full circle now.
Yeah. They might have played together, and I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure.
I think they played together 1 year, I think, possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly. But I mean, man. Okay, so we got a little something on the table between Jefferson and Chase. We got a little competition going on and whatnot. That's cool. So, well, to wrap up, tonight we got the Ravens and Chiefs. Make sure you tune in. It's the NFL season popping off tonight. Thursday Night Football.
Game's at 8:20 too. It's 8:20.
Game 8:20 kickoff. So a regular Thursday night game kickoff. There we go.
Yeah.
8:20. I'm pretty sure there's 2 Monday night games on Monday night, as it normally is. We talked last time real briefly about how the NFL, when they do start, they just take over. Like, there's games on Thursday night, there's games Sunday, Monday, sometimes Friday, sometimes Saturday. Like, it's football, NFL football everywhere. And I give them credit from a business standpoint. You're just going to take over because you can. I give you credit for it. It's a lot of football in your face. If you like that, hey, have at it. If you're kind of like, man, it's too busy for me, I got a life, I can't watch all this football, I get it. I get it. But overall, looking forward to a great season. We gave our predictions in the last podcast. If you haven't listened to that, go check it out. And we may have to change some things as the season goes on. We'll see. But any other last things you got? Oh,
No, I'm just excited for this season, man. It's going to be a good game tonight, good game tomorrow, and an even greater game Sunday. So,
there we go.
I
There we
mean,
go. So, for all of us at the Fan Money Podcast, continue to think it, speak it, and achieve it. And for myself, O, and Denise,
yes.
off today, we holla at everybody next time. Peace.